But now I'm sure you've heard the name Kilmar Abrego Garcia. If you don't know, he's a gentleman that lives in Maryland who was snatched off the street. And for those that are paying close attention, he did not come to this country legally. He's actually Salvadorian. But he did, in 2019, get a judge to say, we're not going to deport him back to El Salvador because he was fearing for his life. Yet, the Trump administration picked him up off the street and flew him and deported him down to El Salvador. Now, presently, he's being housed in a mega prison that President Bukele set up when he took over El Salvador and put all the gang members in at one time. Although he's not an American citizen, this is why you should be concerned as an American citizen. You see, if the Trump administration is allowed to take anybody off the street and not give them due process, meaning not going through some sort of judicial process to uncover who these people are, what prohibits Trump administration from taking anybody off the street?
The United States Supreme Court has just issued a stunning unanimous decision 9-0 against Donald Trump, ordering the Trump regime to facilitate the return of Abrego Garcia.
Now, before the Supreme Court decision came out, Trump said this.
If the Supreme Court said bring somebody back, I would do that. I respect the Supreme Court.
So then with Trump saying that he would return Mr. Garcia, then we would need to have some cooperation with the president of El Salvador, Bukele. And here's what he said today.
And on this, do you plan to return him?
Well, I'm supposed to have suggested that I smuggle a terrorist into the United States, right?
It's always
how can I return him to the United States? Like, I smuggle him into the United States, or what do I do? Of course, I'm not going to do it. It's like, the question is preposterous. How can I smuggle a terrorist into the United States? I don't have the power to return him to the United States.
So you could release him inside El Salvador.
Yeah, but I'm not releasing, we're not very fond of releasing terrorists into our country. We just turned the murder capital of the world into the safest country of the Western Hemisphere, and you want us to go back into releasing criminals so we can go back to being the murder capital of the world? No, that's not going to happen.
With both presidents making excuses as to why this can't happen, I have a solution. Let me introduce myself. My name is Gabriel Cornejo. I ran for president of the United States in this election cycle. In fact, I got 72,000 votes from just 8 states' ballots. And so the proposition is this. I propose that myself and another presidential candidate fly down to El Salvador and compel President Bukele to release Mr. Garcia into our custody, and we will bring him back ourselves to the United States. Not only would we be returning our neighbor back to his family, we'd also be putting a line in the sand saying, enough, the Trump administration, you will not deport people without due process. Whether or not they're here legally or citizens, there's nothing stopping the Trump administration if we allow this to stand. So this is where we band together and we say to the Trump administration, not on our watch. So collectively, if he's not willing to do the work, we will. But I can't do this alone because this is not a me problem, this is a we problem. So I ask you to donate so we can make this happen.
Yeah, they tried to rig the game, but you can't fake influence.